Obviously, tonight we are not on the couch, so that changes things up for a moment. But I am glad that you're here. Simply Jess, good to see you. See Donda, good to see you. Cynthia, good to see you. So I'm glad that you're here. We're going to be in the kitchen tonight. We're going to talk about new relationships and my new juicer. Yep, I got a new juicer. And so we're going to talk about that a little bit and see what it's like. I don't think I'm going to use it tonight, but I was getting stuff out and I'm excited to use it. And it got me thinking about, again, where we've been, right? Taking steps forward. So I'm going to give you the story behind the new juicer. And we're going to talk about this because it pertains very much so to our 40 days of fasting and fulfillment. So if you're on this journey with me, like I know many of you are on this journey of fasting and fulfillment, then this will be encouraging to you. Again, like we do, we like to be encouraged. We're not trying to live a life that is discouraged. We're moving forward every day, right? Taking steps. So we're in the kitchen. So today I went and I picked up a present. I got a present for my birthday, right? So I was told this morning, I was notified, hey, there's a present. You have a present, and it was this. It was a Magic Bullet juicer, right? A mini juicer. Now, what makes this cool is that I've been talking about getting a juicer, and hey, Renette, been talking about getting a juicer because I wanted to start juicing, but I just really never got around to it. And so the last few days, the last couple of weeks, I've been looking at a juicer and saying, all right, I've been looking on YouTube, all right, doing all the comparison things, things that people do. What's up, Joy? And so I was like, I'll get this juice. I'm going to finally get this juice because, I wanted to start juicing. I wanted to do carrot juice. Growing up back in the day, my grandfather, he would always juice. He always did like carrot juice. He always had it going on. And I remember he would, give me carrot juice a lot. And he grew, he was always a strong man, like throughout, all of his days. And so, as I'm accumulating some days, I said, all right, I want to make sure that I'm doing everything that I can do. I want my vision to stay strong, my body to be healthy, all that good stuff. So I'm like, I want a juicer, right? So what I decided to do, I'm looking, and I didn't know this was going to happen. But this is what happens when you start moving in a direction and you're sharing your dreams, vision, your thoughts with the right people. Somebody will hear you. And sometimes those people that hear you are people that want to see the best for you too, and they'll do something unexpected. I didn't know what was going to happen, but I did not wait for this to happen in order to start my journey. I didn't wait for somebody to say, here, I'm going to buy you a juicer in order to start doing some healthy things. I was like, I'm going to have a healthy relationship with myself because I want that. I don't know how it's all going to play out. I don't know every decision in my health journey that I'm going to make. I'm going to start doing something. So last few days, I went through the fast with the water. Then I went and bought some groceries. I'm like, all right, buy some fruits, buy some vegetables, do that. I'm going to be on it, right? Focus. Want to start getting my body back to the way that I know that it can be. I want to see what is capable for me as I move forward. I don't want to look at a birthday that's coming up on March 15th and think, oh man, life is slowly coming to an end. No, I'm not trying to live that kind of life. No. I'm like, all right, I'm about to have a birthday. Now what? Now what happens after it? Now what happens after, like this part of my life? I'm not heading towards, some dull moment. No, I always say this. Look, happier to have birthdays than the alternative. I would rather have the birthday than not have another one. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I'm thinking forward. I'm thinking, what is the best of me? Right. What does it look like for me to be in better shape? What does it look like for me to be healthy? See, when we start thinking intentionally about what can be, our lives look different. Right? We get to have a different perspective. We get to have a different outlook. We get to start making moves, start taking action. The best of me has not been seen yet. Let me just tell you that my best ideas have not happened. My best talks have not happened. The best of me has not happened. Let me encourage you. The best of you has not happened yet. Your best days are not behind you. Your best days are still waiting to be fulfilled from within you. See, but you got to awaken that. You cannot just think that, oh, your best day is going to come and it's going to just show up because you keep living. No, that's not how this works. You got to agitate your greatness. You want to see a richer relationship? Great. How can you agitate things? How can you shake things up in order for you to get the best and the most out of what it is that you have currently? If you look behind me, you see some things. I'm gonna show you some things. So I went to the grocery store. I was like, all right. Now, look, trust me, I'm not gonna lie. This is not the most thrilling thing for me. You know, going to get a can of soda, like, I would enjoy that, but I haven't drank soda all year long. Congratulations to me, right? So I was like, I'm going to the store. I'm getting a juicer. So I'm gonna go get some carrots. I'm gonna go get some organic carrots, right? I want to get organic carrots. I'm like, you know, I figured they'll be healthy, right? I can hear the woman that I was married to. She would be real big on this. She's like, you can't eat the non-organic conventional ones, the commercial ones, because they've been sprayed with pesticides. It'll get in your juice, that kind of stuff. So I heard her in my mind, like, all right, I'm gonna go get these organic ones. I'm gonna be really about it. I'm gonna go get the organic ones, give myself the best juicing experience, right? And you know, they're here, they're all leafy and all that. And I'm anticipating, right? I was like, I'm gonna get I got carrots, right? I'm anticipating a drink. I'm anticipating. Then I grabbed some kale, right? I'm like, oh, I'm feeling real good about myself. I got kale, I got carrots. I'm getting ready to make this thing happen. Now, in my mind, I'm just excited. Why? Because I have a new juicer and I have some carrots and I have kale. Will this make the best drink? I don't know. I have no idea. Trust me, I don't. But I was excited, right? I'm standing in the store just Googling things that I could juice. I was just excited. See, when you start on your journey, that starts the excitement. Some of us are waiting for this moment, like just waiting for the excitement to set in. Nah, don't wait for that. Start taking action, and then as you continue going, let some things build up. Right? We know, like, oh, you know, I know this is good for me. Like, I know this is good for me. I don't know if it's going to taste great. I don't know if it's going to juice great. I know it's good for me. It's at least exciting to now. I'm like, okay, when I do this, I'm gonna take these carrots out and get this kale out. I got my new juicer and I'm gonna put it in there. I'm gonna at least have a new experience. So I'm excited for the new experience. When we are starting new relationships, do you know one of the most special things that you have when you start a new relationship? You don't know? That's the answer. One of the most special things that we have in a new relationship is ignorance. Ignorance. Ignorance is a gift to a new relationship. It's a gift to all relationships, but especially when you're starting out, your ignorance is the opportunity for an adventure. Your ignorance says, I don't know. Therefore, I have an opportunity to learn, to grow, to develop, to branch out, to do something different, to step out of my comfort zone. See, this box is not open. I have no idea about the contents of the Magic Bullet mini juicer, fresh juice your way. I don't know what this is about. I don't know what's on the inside. I don't know all the contents. I've never read the directions. I've never seen the machine other than right here on the box, which I just pulled out of the bag a few minutes ago. So basically, we're seeing it at the same time. I don't know, but someone gifted it to me. And in my not knowing, I now have an opportunity to learn something. See, some of us, we're so afraid to start because we don't know that we end up in the same place where we've been for a long time, not knowing. We don't know what would have happened had we taken the step. We don't know if we would have failed. We don't know if we would have succeeded. We don't know. There's so much we don't know because we never go. See, what happens if you go? Give you a quick story. I'm driving down the street today to go get the juicer. So I'm driving down the street And as I'm driving down the street, I see a man and he's standing in the dealership of a parking lot. And some of you may have seen the post that I posted today about trucks and all that. I see this man standing in the dealership parking lot and he has a camera set up and a microphone, and I see him talking. And as a content creator, I said, he's creating content. So I'm driving down the other side of the street. So I turn around, whip back up the street, go, and I park. And as I'm pulling up, he's going back inside the dealership. I'm calling out. I was like, sir, excuse me, sir. Then he hears me. He walks over and I start talking to him. I let him know that, my business, I'm in marketing and I help businesses develop their business and their marketing to engage with their customers so that they can build customer relationships that are thriving and healthy and strong with content creation, all this. So I start talking to him and he's standing there. Now, mind you, a few years ago, this would have never happened. Right? A little while back, this would never happen because I would have had low self-esteem and I would have been like nervous about my skills and I wouldn't have believed that I could do it and I wouldn't have known what I could offer. But a few years ago, more than a few, but years ago, I started on a journey because I said, I want to learn, I want to do this, I want to develop in my own business, I want to have my own business grow, I want to be able to help other people. So I start on a journey. I did not know when I started, I did not know before I started that one day I would be driving down the street in 2023 and see a man shooting content. I didn't know that was going to happen. I didn't know that was going to be a thing. But I started on my journey. And then today, when I see him, I pull up super confident, knowing, for one, I'm like, I probably have more followers than he does. I've probably worked this longer than he does. I probably have more insight than he does because he really works at a car dealership. So he may not be super deep into the marketing aspects of just marketing. He might be more focused on the car dealership. So I'm like, hey, I walk up and I'm talking to him, and real nice guy. He's doing his business and doing his work. And as he's there, and I said, well, how's your content performing? Oh, it does pretty good. I get a decent amount of likes. And I was like, would you like any help? Like just getting some more likes. I know he's waiting for me to drop a number on him or something like that. I was like, no, I just want to help you. He was like, sure. So I share with him some ideas and how he can link some things together. And so I just shared with him. And he's like, can I have your phone number? I said, sure. He said, I would like to talk to my manager because maybe we can bring you in to help us out some more. I said, great, that's fine. Glad to help. I said, I'm in the area. I'm growing my business. We're in the same community. I want to see you grow and thrive too. See, when you start on the journey, that's when things open up. That's when opportunities happen. And this is exciting for me because I just stopped, saw a man doing his thing, and decided I wanted to help him. See, sometimes we get so caught up with what might not work out for us that we don't go. But I ask you for a moment to think about it this way. What if you starting on your journey, doing whatever it is that you see in your life, was not only about you? What if you going on this journey, what if you doing whatever it is that you see in your mind to do, what if it had some kind of impact on someone else? Here's what I'm going to encourage you to do. I want to encourage you to think about whatever your grandest and most wonderful idea, aspiration. I want you to think about those things for just a moment. Okay. Everybody get it in your mind across all the platforms. Get it in your mind. Now, think about that grand idea, aspiration, dream, hope, wish, whatever you want to call it. Think about that accomplishment. And now think about this. Who is one person that this might impact? If you go on this journey towards this grand idea, aspiration, hope, wish, whatever it is, if you go on this journey, who might this impact? Is there one person in your life that if they saw you going on this journey, if they saw you start, if they saw you go on this way, is there one person in your life that it might impact? And if you can't think of one person in your life, can you just think of any person at any point that this could impact? You're like, no, it's not that big of a deal if I don't write this book. Really? But is there one person, even outside of yourself, that could possibly read the book and their life be impacted? Is there one person? So do me a favor, while you're thinking about your thing, if you don't mind, just drop it in the chat. Just drop yes or no. Is there one person? And if you drop yes, then after you drop the yes, then put the person's name. You don't got to put their whole name. You don't want to disclose their privacy. Just put the person's name, right? Like, yeah, my son, my daughter, my neighbor, whoever it is. Say yes and drop their name, right? Because I want you. This is why I'm telling you why I'm asking you to do this, because I don't want this to be just in your mind. I want you to know that you knew on this day that starting your journey, you said, yes, this journey could and would impact this person. Right? Because let's keep it 100. If I go on this journey, yes, it would impact somebody. Yes, who's that somebody? This person. Your kids. Let me see. Collier. Who else? My mom came to my mind. Okay, right? So we're starting to see some things pop up, starting to see some names, right? So we have an image. So now, guess what? It was a little bit of setup, right? Set you up. So now if you don't go, you're saying, hey kids, hey mom, hey Collier, I know if I did this, it could impact you. So, but I'm still not going to go after my greatest dream, aspiration, wish, hope. I'm not going to go after it. Even though I know it could impact you, there's some things that I'm not going to start anyway. Forget failing. I'm not going to start. How does that sit with you? See, I didn't know it. Had I not started, that man that was there today, who at first he was looking like, oh, this dude about to come pitch me something. When I shared my ideas with him, he said, oh man, those are great ideas. I can put that into practice. His whole countenance changed. He became happy. He stood up and he was like smiling. Said, man, you can do this, this, and this. I was like, what you're doing right here? I was like, this is huge. I said, guess what? Other car dealerships not doing this. We can go on YouTube right now. We'll find other car dealerships are not answering questions the way that you're doing it. I said, you could do this, 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 and this. I said, not only people in this neighborhood, but people all over the place looking for the cars that you sell. They'll be looking for you. They'll know you as the answer guy. He said, yeah. That man's whole image of himself changed. Few-minute conversation. So you have that too. But when you get so caught up thinking about like what might go wrong and I'm waiting for like this divine inspiration to happen and I need to feel a certain kind of way, come on, you're missing out on the moment. So let me get back to these fine veggies. They didn't come out of my garden, but let me just tell you how the dream works. But now, do you know, because I have a juicer, my garden looks like, ooh, I'm gonna put some things in my garden that I could juice. Now it's like, look how your life starts working differently. Juicer. Oh, the garden. I'm gonna plant something in the garden. Why? Because the garden can support my health, and I have a juicer, and it all can go together. All things start working together. So I'm like, these carrots. I'm like, oh, what do I know about these carrots? I could juice these carrots, but if I keep the tops, I can go and replant these carrots and they'll grow again. Did you know that about carrots? Like you can replant them, they'll grow again. I'm like, oh, these are not from my garden. For those of you that missed it earlier. But when I replant them, they're going in my garden. Think about how things start to work. You start finding some things. And so I'm like, all right, I'm at the store getting these carrots and this kale. And I was thinking about, I was like, I really don't have great recipes until I remembered my grandfather. And I remembered that when he passed away, I went into his library and I was going through his books. I was getting some books and I got this book, Raw Vegetable Juices. My grandfather has passed away several years ago. Well, one of them just passed away recently, but the other one had passed away several years ago. And I have a book from him. It's an old book. These pages, these are old pages. Like, I gotta be careful with this book. But I have this book, Raw Vegetable Juices. And so now I went looking, I was like, oh, there's the book. And I'm looking through and here's his name. I'll show you. See his name right there at the top? Horace Shepherd Sr. My dad is Horace Shepherd Jr. There's his name. I'm not gonna go too deep in this. I felt some emotion coming. Yep, too late. Got me. Yeah, so oh man, didn't see that one coming. So there is a raw carrot juice. Highlight it right there. We used to be together a lot, right? In the summer times. Hang in the kitchen. Carrot juice. And he would juice all the time. And it was like the highlight of my summer just to be with him. And so it's pretty cool that the person wrote the book that was in his library. This person, Dr. N.W. Walker, they didn't think about me. They weren't considering me. N.W. Walker, Dr. N.W. Walker was thinking nothing of me. Right? But he wrote the book, or she wrote the book about raw juicing. My grandfather had a book in his library. I would spend time with my grandfather during the summer in his kitchen with his juicer and have these moments, right? And then he passed away. I get his book. I get a juicer. I go to the grocery store, get carrots and kale. I'm doing a live, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. None of this stuff existed back then. I start crying because I'm thinking now, good memories. Thinking now, like, my grandfather is gone, but he's not. We're still connected. There's still memories that are being remembered. Remember last night I talked about remembering? So I just brought that back into my body, that memory. I brought that back. I remembered it. And so, like, when you start on your journey, there are things that you don't know that are going to happen that will have an impact on you. This book, Raw Vegetables and Juices, it says, what's missing in your body? Help nature supply your body's needs easily and deliciously. Find your way to glowing good health. Right? So, hey, great. Now I got it. So now, pop, be in the kitchen with me again. I'll be looking through here and, seeing what's going on, reading about this stuff. Right? Health and, whatever. But this is why you got to go. What if he would have never started juicing? If he would have never started juicing, I might not be thinking about juicing. But his impact, his decision to juice impact my life. So much so that I'm sharing it with you. Right? Like, think about it. He didn't think that. So there are blessings that are going to happen from our lives that we don't even consider. But the possibilities are there. I mean, for all of us, we can now think, man, I can do this. And then somewhere in the future, who knows what they'll be doing then? Maybe having hologram lives. Somebody might be doing a live and sharing about the step that you took, the story you told. Right? It could be your customers. Who's waiting for you? And I just think sometimes we rob ourselves of opportunities, but this is such a take action time. Right, if you've heard me talking about these 40 days of fasting and fulfillment, fasting, meaning we are removing some things out of ourselves, removing some things, taking some things away. Perhaps it's fear, perhaps it's doubt, perhaps it's certain foods, perhaps it's certain habits, moving certain things out that are harmful for our growth, and then saying, I'm turning my direction this way and I'm growing. I'm growing. Let's grow for it. Let's go for it. Let's grow for it. Right? Like I'm going in this direction. And then look what happens. Let's just see what happens. When I pulled over today, what made it super cool was I was like, it doesn't matter what this man says. I know getting out of my car that I have something that I can help him with. There's something that I can, what if it doesn't work out for me? Well, that wasn't what it was about. Because my focus was, what if I get out of my car and this works out for him? What if I can make it work out? What if I can share something that works out for him? I'm not worried about what if it doesn't work out for me. The person you recognize when you said yes, taking that step, taking that action, that it can impact their life. What if it works out? What if your action works out for them? Oh, don't worry about failing you. Think about working it out for them. Oh, if I do this, if I go back to school, if I start my business, if I move to a different town, right? Whatever, if I start getting healthy, my kids are going to be impacted by that. I want my children to, I want to be healthy for them. Today, here's an announcement. Today, one of my little younger cousins, she had her child, her and her husband, they had a baby Noah. So Noah came into the world today. So a few years, Noah's going to be running around. I want to be a healthy cousin running around with Noah, doing the things with Noah. Why? Because as a man and Noah being a young man, I'll be able to impact his life in some way. I'll be able to share something. Hey, Noah, man, as you grow up, man, here's some things. Here's a little something to encourage you. Mindset, focus, vision, whatever. Just being a presence. Maybe baby Noah runs into a situation one day and he's like, man, cousin Brian, I need to talk to somebody. I want to be around. I want to be thriving. Don't you? Don't you want to think about it? Don't you really want to be thriving in life? I know you do. You're built for that. You've been designed for that. So just like we plant seeds with an expectation, I like the top of these, right? Like sometimes you go to the grocery store, you don't have the tops on them. I like the top. This looks luxurious, right? Sometimes we plant seeds in our own lives, always like wondering whether or not it's going to grow. But when we plant actual seeds, we plant them expecting for them to grow. We expect to grow. Now, sometimes there's many of us like, but I don't have a green thumb. I kill everything. Well, stop saying that. Right? I told you, go get yourself a plant and just start work on cultivating. Start working your green thumb. Rub it against some green every now and then, just to, try to get a little green on your fingers, something. Don't talk yourself out of a green thumb. No more saying that you don't have a green thumb. Just say, I'm learning how to cultivate. I'm learning how to have a green thumb. Right now, I just don't know. I just don't know how to grow. So I have to learn. It's cool. That's okay. One of the greatest gifts that we can have in a relationship is ignorance. Here's the thing about it. When you open up that gift, it leads to knowledge. Ignorance is the opportunity. It's a gift initially. If you stay in ignorance, no, then that becomes a punishment. The gift of ignorance says it's an invitation on into a journey of learning. Man, there's something that I don't know about my spouse. And for all of us that have been married or currently married, I'm not married right now, but if you're married and if you think you know everything about your spouse, you don't. You don't. So approach them tonight, all my married people, right? Approach your spouse tonight with the gift of ignorance. Everyone can do this. You're in a relationship with someone, right? So it could be even your dog or your cat. Approach that relationship with the gift of ignorance, and then say, there are things I don't know about you, but I want to learn something new. I want to learn something new about you. There are things that we don't know about our own selves, that every day we can wake up and say, there are things I don't know about you, but I want to learn about you. There are things I don't know about me. Today, tomorrow, I'll be 44 years old plus another day. There's going to be something new. I got to learn how to love Brian at 44 years old plus another day tomorrow. And then on March 15th, I'll turn 45. I'll have to learn how to love 45-year-old Brian and what that means. See, the thing about life is the more we live, the more we don't know, the more we have an opportunity to learn. So here we go. Next chapter, next step, next action. We have to be, in order for this to really be fantastic, right? In order for life to really be enjoyed, you want to be a person that takes action. Move on the idea. Do something with the thought. Don't just let things pass by. Life becomes so much more exciting. I'm telling you, in the last 2 days, a lot of exciting things have happened. I went and met with a realtor, the landlord, the guy that owns the building. I talked with him about his space, and he's telling me all about it, and he's negotiating the price down in my favor. And then today I'm driving down the street and I see someone marketing, and I go over and I talk to him and helping him with his marketing. And this is a major, major car dealership. Do you think I'm not dreaming? Oh, let me tell you, I am. I'm dreaming. You know why? Because growing up, I wanted to be a professional baseball player. I thought I would get like endorsement deals and all that kind of stuff. I'm dreaming about that. I'm like, I might be on a truck commercial, loading up a truck with some hay and having young people all around and talking about impacting young people's lives. And like I'm dreaming that. I see that in my mind. Like, if anybody knows anybody at any of these major truck dealerships, look me up. Like, I'll do the ad. Look, because they're going to impact kids anyway. Might as well be inspirational to them and say, look what can happen. If a nerd like me, if a person that had low self-esteem like me could be in this place now, talking to people, making impact, encouraging people, encouraging dreams, building people up, then guess what? When you find your gift of genius, young person, older person, whatever age person, you can do the same thing. Yeah, I'm like, I'll stand on the truck and back in the flatbed with my cowboy hat on. I said, look, everybody, I'll see it. But sometimes, isn't it just fun to start dreaming a little bit bigger than what you've been dreaming, than your normal situation? So I saw that today. I saw those opportunities today. I believe in my whole heart. I know there's a pickup truck coming, right? Because I know in order to help the kids that I work with and the kids that are yet to show up, families, the relationships, in order to help them, I'm like, we need a pickup truck. We got to be able to move the horses. We need to do stuff. Come on now, you got to awaken this thing inside of you. Your dreams have just been on, you've been hitting the snooze button on them. I'm here to agitate the best of you. I want you to find your juice, right? Like, find the juice that awakens you, that gets you healthy. This is why I talk to you, like, even about health and wellness and your relationships and all that, because I all of it all works together. Your healthy body helps your healthy mind, helps you have a healthy relationship, it helps you take action. So yeah, we need to take care of our bodies. We need to take care of our relationships because the people that are around us, they impact the way that we approach life. And if you have the wrong group around you and you're in the wrong environment, it's going to drain from you. You don't need that. You need right now in this season of life where you're moving, where you're growing, you need to be able to say, I'm in rich soil. This soil enriches me and I enrich the soil. So this is good for me. Finally in the place where I could dream and think and I don't feel like something's wrong with me. Come on now. This is our moment. This is our time. You are here for such a time as this. And so I'm just going to keep on telling you. I'm just going to keep on telling you. No, this is your time. Come on, let's go. What can we do in 40 days? Take action every day. And look, I promise you, this cannot be a one-sided conversation. I don't want to just sit here and celebrate with you every day what I'm doing. Like, that's fine. I don't want that. You know what makes, to me, you know what my heart's desire is? That anybody that is connected to me, we all win. Like that's what I want to see. I want it to be that anyone connected to me, we win. And the stronger we get, the more I like winning and losing. You know that I'm an athlete. So if that's not your thing, don't worry about it. But that's me. I like winning. I'm like, so we all win. That means fulfilling the thing, doing the thing, taking the action. Doesn't always mean everything's going to work out, but we keep going. Like we keep going. And here's what I know. If I'm winning and you're winning and this person is winning, when someone stumbles, we're gonna be able to pick somebody up and say, come on, we still got this. Let's go. No, what do you need? When we start talking like this, right? We get to this place when we're talking out of the victory of abundance and winning. Then when things start to go wrong, when someone is lacking, we're able to look at that situation and say, oh, no. We can build that up. We got that. In our whole network, oh no, we got that. We know how to handle that. We know what to do in this situation. Oh, there's a situation. Oh, all of us, we can converge on that. We can make that happen. We can do that. Like that to me, that's abundant life. I've been in a lot of situations where I've seen one or two people prospering. That's not enough. That's not enough. What I know about sports is that when the team wins, everybody gets a ring. Front office people get rings. The people that do the grass get rings. The players get rings. Everybody's getting rings. I had a friend that used to play for the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Oakland A's, and he was blessed to be a part of the Dodgers championship. So I remember those rings. Like I remember seeing his ring. I remember getting a ring. It wasn't a real one. It was a duplicate. But he knew because from the time that I was very young, he would call me pro and he would encourage me in my dream of being a pro athlete. So being connected to him, he in the moment said, I just won a championship ring, Los Angeles Dodgers. His name was Mike Davis. If you know anything about baseball, he was on first base when Kirk Gibson hit the epic home run. If you don't know who Kirk Gibson is, go look up YouTube, the Kirk Gibson home run. Mike Davis is on first base. They win the championship, and he gave me a duplicate ring. He wanted me to win. What does it look like when we are able to not only take care of ourselves, but then we can look at generations? I assume most of us are older adults. When we can look at the generations behind us and say, we're going to position them to do something special. That's why we can win. That's why you got to go. That's why you have to start. So it's time to grow. Let's grow. Right? You need to do this thing. So please don't second guess yourself anymore. Like today, take action, take some action. What action does, action begets action. The seed of something within itself. Okay. So when you take and plant the seed of action, you know what it grows? It grows action. So that's why you want to do it. But the seed of inaction, right? It grows a lack of action. And then you practice that over and over and over again. And you're like, I don't know why I haven't moved. It's because you haven't taken action. Last thing, I was in a meeting today and I heard something that has made so much sense. It's not mine. I don't remember the man's name, but he said this. He said, if you are going on a journey, you're going on a trip somewhere, and I live in Philadelphia. So I live in Philadelphia and I'm going on a trip from Philadelphia. And let's just say, like I did a few years ago, my brother, some of you were there when we did a cross-country trip and I was taking him out to his new military assignment. Okay, so we do this cross-country trip, leaving from Philadelphia. The man in the meeting today said this. He said, you do not wait to see the sign that says California before you leave Philadelphia. Let's just let that settle in. He's like, you do not wait to leave Philadelphia. You're not waiting to see the sign before you leave Philadelphia. He said, you just point yourself in the direction and you start to go. Over time, over the period of the journey, if you keep moving in the right direction, then you ultimately see the sign that says, welcome to California. My friends, stop waiting to see the welcome sign into your dream, into your aspiration, into your vision. Stop waiting for the welcome sign that says, you made it. That's not what you do when you're at the beginning. You're not waiting to see the welcome sign of your destination. This is simply the time to go and celebrate that you're taking action. That's it. Don't look for the welcome sign. Just go. Lord, thank you for this day and this wonderful time together with each and every person that is here. Thank you for the blessings of these moments. Thank you for life and life more abundantly. Thank you for the hopes and wishes and dreams and aspirations and everything that is resident within each one of us that has been waiting for us to agitate it into existence, waiting for us to shake it up with our actions so that it can be seen in the earth. I thank you for each and every person that I met today on my journey. I pray blessings upon them, that their life would be prospered, even for them showing up and being a part of this story that they don't even know that they're a part of. I pray blessings on them, that something uniquely wonderful would happen for them simply because my path crossed theirs today. I pray for everyone that's here, those that have been in a holding pattern and feeling like they're stuck. I pray tonight would be the release that they were waiting for and that they would do something, that they would take the one step, not looking for the welcome sign to their destination, but they would just take the one step to create movement, action, get some momentum going. I pray as they go, that they would be blessed, that as they go, they would be healed, that as they go, they would be prospered, that as they go, their relationships would be mended, that as they go, the broken heart would be made whole, that as they go, that lack of confidence would be destroyed and they would be confident in brand new ways, that as they go, they would have greater and more clearer vision, that as they go and grow, they would see development, change. That the people that they recognize and that they consider that would be impacted by their yes, they would be people that they would take action for. With them in mind, they would do it. So I pray blessings as we decide and we give our yes. I pray that you bless us as we go. As we align with your will, I pray that all things that you have for us, good and perfect things, flow from heaven into our lives and into the earth. Let us be blessed to be a blessing. And even as we start this very moment, let us go with the excitement that our growth is going to mean blessings for someone else too. That we're going to be able to make a greater impact in this world because we say yes to the thing that's been in our heart. So thank you for allowing us to be world changers, even though some might not see it yet. Thank you for including us in this plan. We count each and every one of our prayers that align with your will as being done. And we thank you for that. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. You all have a fantastic evening. Thanks for letting me cry in your face again unexpectedly while I was thinking some good memories. I appreciate you all. KMD, I'm going to go down to the P.O. box tomorrow. I saw that you said you sent something. I'm going to check it tomorrow. Thank you so much. And I will let you know about that. But I appreciate it. Look, have a fantastic evening. Take this, go with it, do something with it. There is excitement waiting for you in your tomorrow. Trust me. Like if this is like the end of your day, you're getting ready to lay it down. That's cool. That's cool. Lay it down, rest it. And then when you get up tomorrow, get up, jumping in like, okay, because I said yesterday, I'm expecting something. It's going to do something for you. Be on the lookout. Like we said yesterday, behold, I do a new thing. There you go. Behold it. Look for it. Have a fantastic night. I love you much. I'm B.A. Shepherd, 2 P's, ARD, reminding you to be a shepherd. The world has enough sheep. See ya.